was not working. We went there, we talked to the PO. We told the PO to bring the technician. The technician came. The machine started working. What amazed us, when the technician came, he never worked on the machine. The machine just started working when the technician came, which wondered us. Maybe we thought that they wanted to rig.
Our appeal to Electoral Commission, let them allow the process to go on well. That is our prayer.
By the close of business, the tally and the transfer of votes to Akiso District for pronouncement were still underway. Kamana Ivan Walunyolo, NTV, in Entebbe.
Well, from Entebbe, let's switch strides to Nansa now. In the Nansana municipality, the voting process was characterized by low voter turnout. In areas where voters did not turn up, they faced challenges related to the inefficiency of the BVVK machines, with some machines completely failing to function. This situation led to an ineffective voting process, which some candidates describe as intentional.
They are presidential. The turn-up is really very low. But what we are realizing, we are getting more women than young people, which is really also good. In other areas, the use of these automatic machines, they are not efficient. For some, they work, for others, they don't work. Like for me, it had even refused. Until when the man realized that I'm a mayor. So if it was another lay person, was going to be sent back. So then where they are using tactics, and first of all, the people who are here, they come from other areas. They don't employ people from within our area. Someone from Mediv, Aru, among others. He can't even understand this is the mayor of Nansana. And when I said that I'm not leaving here, I have to vote. Then he said, okay, it is becoming a success. So they are doing it deliberately to deny some people to vote.
RDC is leading a team of UPDF. They are moving polling station per polling station, chasing away our polling agent. We don't understand what his mission is. Under the law, our agents are supposed to monitor the whole process, including making sure that whoever comes to vote is a legitimate voter of this particular area. So he has done that to the entire municipality. He has moved the polling stations per polling stations, removing the other forms from our agents, including chasing them away from where they are supposed to monitor this process flow. So we are challenging that, and you completely don't agree with what he's doing.
Well, now further afield as voters headed to the polls in yet another round of local government elections marked by chronic low turnout. Political analysts and sections of the electorate renewed calls for sweeping electoral reforms, including the synchronization of all elections on a single day or the adoption of the bottom-to-top voting approach. We have more in this report from Koboko.
Today, residents of Koboko once again went to the polls, this time to elect the municipal mayors and councillors. Just like during last Thursday's elections, low voter turnout and technical glitches marred today's exercise.
Regarding the machines, these machines are really very disappointing. That day people thought they're in another world, technology, but only to discover that they went manual and they got, since we spend a lot of money, the government spent a lot of money on that.
That we are using the machines that we are meant for. This one, I think the results which will come today will be the most authentic results, because today you find that you have to pass fingerprint, put your fingerprints, unlike the other ones of presidential and the members of parliament.
For example, at Jones House polling station in Market Square, which has 608 registered voters, voting was delayed due to technical problem with the biometric machines. Polling started at 9:47 a.m., later than the scheduled 7 a.m. start time according to Electoral Commission guidelines.
The vote has started late because of the machine issue. We have come very earlier. They need 10 people to come and witness. We came just at around 8 exactly. When we reach here now, the problem comes, the machines are not doing well. They say there is a problem in the machines, they take time. People have come, some have come earlier, The turn up is a problem because other people, that time the voting has disappointed them, that their people have been disappointed.
Due to generally the low voter turnout across the different polling stations in Koboko municipality, the area leaders together with the Electoral Commission officers resulted to emergency mobilization of voters across the homes. In Koboko municipality mayoral race, 5 candidates are contesting. This includes NRM's Aloro Peter Tiboni, FDC's Mambo Muzamil, Independent's Lemeriga Sabino, NOP's Abdul Karim Swali, and Independent's Taylor Toha.
I have just finished casting my vote, and the experience in the polling stations that the voter turnout is extremely very low, and it is due to fatigue. I even asked myself a question: if you relate the crowds that we have during the campaigns and what is happening on ground, then it makes a very big difference.
We are 5 candidates, and I don't see them as competitors. These are people who are all tabling their ideas together with me to see that Koboko becomes a better place tomorrow. With continued frustration amongst the candidates over the low voter turnout witnessed during the local government elections on Thursday and today, there are fears that the situation could worsen in subsequent elections as the number continues to gradually drop. Political actors are proposing for scrutinization of elections in the country to be held on the same day, or the adaptation of bottom-top approach to address the recurring challenges of low voter turnout during the local government elections. This proposal comes at a time when the country is holding other rounds of local government elections, with the municipal mayors and councillors being elected today, an exercise that has generally registered very low voter turnout.
I think next time we should be able to organize that from presidential up to the last person, the voting is done at once. It's done at once. You can even, if you have 10 ballot papers, you vote one day and it's done.
And I would really think that in future there must be a bottom-up planning so that people can be maintained to vote.
And I believe the whole country. Really the morale is going down and down every other day. I really don't know whether we are going to have voters when they were voting the LC3 chairpersons, because the energy is so low in the whole of Koboko municipality, and I believe in the whole country.
For my case here, I know normally from the elections we've conducted, normally people don't give attention to local council elections. We had a few technical glitches, like where our machines could not load ballot. Those were just a few, I think like about 3.
Tomorrow is yet another elections for youth members of parliaments across the different regions in the country. For northern Uganda, the elections will be held at Mvara Secondary School in Arua City. Rashila Did, NTV Tonight in Koboko municipality.
Let's cross to eastern Uganda. There is an interesting development. Tension flared at Namalongo polling station in Mbale City's industrial division when NRM flag bearer for Mayor Abdallah Madoy and his supporters forcefully confronted Deputy Resident City Commissioner Hamza Banja, accusing him of deploying armed security personnel to intimidate voters and ordering him to leave the polling station. We have details.
Abantu bange Malale Ebugema nena Matala sawa zino nze bonsanga kibiniko mba ndi mufirudi kubayo si polling station yange sawa zino mukambo vote ya kibiniko noja ku polling station yange okubera nti wali kutisatisa abantu abakuja ne motoka erike emizindalo abana ne bamugamba campaign zawedde okiraba so njagala abakubira omulanga bona ba opponent bange buli omu atule wako batule mu kifo kimu campaign zo zawedde.
I physically witnessed that when my agents were being taken to the polling stations, there is a goon that blocked the vehicle, and they of course shattered the window screen, they beat them up, they removed the letters and so on. So it created a situation whereby as if we are in the war zone. But I want to promise my people that I know the mafias behind this. I don't know why the mafias think that in the leadership, that's where you should promote your mafias. Therefore, this is the last office that is supposed to be the channel where service delivery is supposed to be picked by the local people.
As the head of security, I had to move around and see that the places are safe. Because one, we heard that there were people with pangas outside and up Lapchiri. So, with the help of police which was leading in the operations, we had to go there. But now when we meet, I think there was a misinterpretation of one councillor that we met and he thought we had arrested him. Yet there was nothing like arrest.
Twaje wano netulonda Museveni president atutwala sawen. Machine ne kwachi negana era nebulwawe era ntukozesa ki register. Era netulonda be MP nako machine ne kwachi nebulwawo netukozesa ki register. Katika nakaba meya lwachi mweta naka machine okusinga register kati machine sawa enyo eri ukola kusinga ko register.
Well, you're still watching NTV Tonight. We take our first break this evening. We're going to return with more stories, including your opinion poll responses. So stick around. But first, here's still to come. Still to come.
But the standout story this year is Uganda, which has achieved its highest ever score of 66 points.
Uganda ranks third in Africa as financial markets increasingly become competitive on the continental stage. And in sports,
Shafiq Nana on a turn. Nana goes down.
KCCA Football Club defeats UPDF 4-0 at the Philip Omondi Stadium in Lugogo to register maximum points for the 9th time in this season's Uganda Premier League.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person, who recommends me to another person, who recommended me to come and do the advert. Global Paint, a reliable product.
With Hima, the work moves fast, clean, and easy. And the best part, you can earn cash too. Just check the inside bottom of the bag, get the code, dial *204#, and boom, you receive your cash reward.
Why the excitement?
Hey, Hima, my friend. Cash reward in every bag. Just check under the bag. Dial *204# and enjoy.
Funamune Hima, part of you from the start.
Ochikoze mwana. Shop is stocked, customers ready. Now it's time for takeoff. So offer them more. Become a Wendy agent today and offer mobile money top-ups, customer service support, utility payments, water, power, pay TV. You're now. Turn your shop into a Wendy agent hub and commissions on every tap and easy access to loans.
That's right. More foot traffic, more sales, more profit, paid instantly. Register free. Call 0800-217-200 or WhatsApp 0707-993-930.
Wendy Wonawoli.
This is NTV Tonight.
You're still watching NTV tonight. We start off with your opinion poll responses. Earlier, we asked you to share your thoughts on how elections were conducted in your area. Please do note the conversations do continue online. You can still engage with our social media and give us your feedback. It will be very, very important. Kafenold Mugambachi on X says, actually from where I vote at Ediofeb Boys Primary School, the main candidate, which is the Aivu Division Mayor, was unopposed, so voters lost courage to go and vote. Hence, the turn-up was so low. Then Joram Wandera on X says, since there it was not declared public holiday, we had to proceed with our tasks as scheduled and left politics for politicians. But Joram, you need to exercise your duty to elect your leaders. Michael Mutumba says, from nowhere the BVVK machines work today. These waited for the full restoration of internet yesterday. And he also says, he comments on something to do with the EC being a joke. Michael Mutumba. And then I think we shall end with Danny on X, who says, the government has made some efforts to improve elections, but many Ugandans are eager for change at the top. That strong desire sometimes creates bias, even when the system may deserve credit. I think we stop on that. We shall be having more of your feedback as it comes on, both on Facebook and on X. Now, moving on, the era of calling young people the leaders of tomorrow is fading fast. The future has arrived. The latest electoral cycle has ushered a new crop of youthful leaders into office. Many of them former student figures, especially from Makerere University, now transitioning from campus politics to national and local governance. But beyond the excitement of victory and bold campaign promises, the real test begins. What practical ideas, policies and service delivery plans do these young leaders bring to the table? NTV's David Ijo spoke to several of them, exploring how they intend to turn ambition into action across the different spaces they now serve.
The old saying that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow seems to be out of date. In the recent elections, a noticeable shift unfolded as some young faces now stepped into national and local leadership spaces once dominated by seasoned political veterans. This isn't symbolic, it's statistical. 3 former Makerere University Guild presidents are now holders of public office. Robert Maseruka, just 25, is heading to Parliament as Mukono South Member of Parliament. Lawrence Aliunji, 26, better known to many as Dangote during his campus days, is now elected mayor of Arua City. Shamim Nambasa, also 26, moves to represent Kawempe South as Woman LC5 Councillor. Charity Lenia, 24, once Guild President at Makerere University Business School, now carries the mandate of Vura constituency as its Member of Parliament. Judith Narukwago, another former student leader, takes on Machindye as Woman LC5 Councillor. But after the victory dances fade, a tougher question sits quietly at the table. What exactly do these former campus firebrands bring into offices where speeches must become services?
But for us who have been voted into office as young people, it is it's a double-edged sword. To whom much is given, much is expected. So we have decided to abandon the norm, to trust you as a young person in spite of your young age. Now you carry the burden to deliver and meet the benefit of doubt you had received from the voters themselves.
Sometimes the government may change, and it changes by only individuals. We want the government to change not only individuals, but the actions that they have towards their different people. So we as young people, our role, my role as Narukwago Judith, especially in the situation that we are in, one, to be a voice of my people. And how do I become a voice of my people? Is by making sure that I am close to them and keep engaging them. When you're close to your people, you understand what their challenges are.
It's not by coincidence that as former leaders, we are, coming out into this space, because I believe that institutions, universities are a nursery bed for us as leaders.
For Nambasa and Narukwago, the applause quickly gives way to the reality of Kampala's divisions for parts of Kawempe and Machindye, areas more familiar with flooded roads, poor drainage systems, strained health services and uncollected garbage. Challenges that are not a political theory, but a daily life.
We're dealing with challenges of garbage management. waste management, but where does it start from? It starts from us, the people who are living in this country, in this capital city. Are you responsible for the rubbish? For example, you buy a bottle of soda. After taking it, you just throw a bottle out of the car. So we have to teach people to be responsible citizens. We have to adopt some systems that have worked in other countries elsewhere, like Rwanda, where every end of month, one Saturday, they come out and clean the city. I want to bring such a thing to Machindi.
We have found that businesses are licensed based on where they are located, the taxes that they pay. But for most of them, it's not even about that. So I want to see that we can table, suggestions where taxes and licensure will be based on the business. How successful is the business? How much income is in it? How much are they making, so that they can determine how much taxes they are actually going to pay. We are also looking at advocating for tax holidays for young people, for businesses that are starting out, at least a 3-year tax holiday, so that can enable people with their, SMEs to be able to get on grounding before they can actually start to pay taxes.
Both leaders come from the opposition side of politics, a position that energizes supporters but often complicates access to central government resources. Which makes one thing clear: leadership now means more than protest. It means persuasion, it means negotiation, it means mastering the delicate art of lobbying in rooms where idealism meets bureaucracy.
If the people that are collecting the highest amount of taxes are in Kampala, then why should we have such roads? Why should we be living in such situations where we don't even have hospitals? So those are things that are, the arguments that we have to put forward.
So it is upon me as a leader to influence people. Okay, if we cannot get this from KCCA because of resource constraints, what can we do as a community to gather?
Fading fast. The future has arrived.
Collecting the highest amount of taxes are in Kampala, then why should we have such roads? Collecting the highest amount of taxes are in Kampala, then why should we have such roads? Why should we be living in such situations where we don't even have hospitals? So those are things that are, the arguments that we have to put forward.
So it is upon me as a leader to influence people. Okay, if we cannot get this from KCCA because of resource constraints, what can we do as a community to gather funds together?
The old saying that the youth are the leaders of tomorrow
Well, apologies for that particular technical glitch, but you can get more of that report on our YouTube channel and the website, NTV Uganda, for more details. Now, elsewhere, confusion and frustration have marred preparations for the Western Youth Member of Parliament elections after the organizers abruptly shifted the polling venue from Fort Portal to Mbarara. Now, this is a move candidates say has disorganized campaigns and sidelined voters already mobilized for the original location. Here's more.
In the change of venue that they have, that I'm seeing the documents, I even don't know if this document is true, because I am seeing people are saying the election is going to be in Mbarara City. Originally, the election was supposed to be in Chebambe Girls Senior Secondary School in Fort Portal City, and now it is being changed. It is being shifted to another city that has held more than one election consecutively during my campaigns. And when a delegate would ask me, I would tell them that the voting is in Fort Portal City, Chebambe Senior Secondary School. And now this is another story. You'll find that the delegates who may, because at the moment we have an issue with internet. I'm not sure if there are youth who know that even the venue has been changed. If I as a candidate am being denied the opportunity of having the register, In each district, there is one representative of the people with disabilities. But it will be so hurting that this person will reach at the venue where we are going to be voting from, and they find they are not in the register.
And the right information is enshrined in our constitution. We must have that right information that enables you to look for the right delegates. These are delegates you can't just dream of. The Electoral Commission should avail them to you. Some of us have been sent messages by other candidates when they are campaigning. Yes, you're supposed to campaign, but he has not been facilitated or with the right information, which is his duty to know the right voters and go to them and tell them his manifesto, and they buy into it.
We require that EC, because this has created a lot of doubts in our head, that even at the end of the day, that this election is going to be free and fair. So we feel like EC is trying to sideline with some people.
The venue for the election of the Western Youth Member of Parliament has been changed to Ntare School Stadium, and we shall conduct elections on the 28th of January. We changed the venue because we felt Ntare School Stadium was ideal for this activity. It is enclosed and it is spacious. That's the reason why this event has been shifted to Ntare School Stadium. We have all the registers for our delegates, and every candidate is going to be provided by a copy of the register. I've already called out all the candidates, and if they reach out to me in Mbarara, they will pick a file of the register.
Just around social media,
Now away from the politics, let's talk matters health. The Ministry of Health is set to roll out a nationwide measles immunization campaign to strengthen disease prevention. This is following outbreaks reported in more than 60 districts last year. Meanwhile, the ministry has also expressed concern over the slow public uptake of the malaria vaccine, which was launched last year to combat the country's deadliest disease. Benjamin Jumbe reports.
Malaria remains the leading cause of illness and death in Uganda, claiming more lives than COVID-19. In a bid to address this public health challenge, government, through the Ministry of Health, launched the malaria vaccine in April 2025, marking a major milestone in the fight against the disease. However, the ministry says that while uptake of the first dose was encouraging, response to subsequent 3 doses has been slow, as the program manager of the National Expanded Program on Immunization, UNEPI, Dr. Michael Baganizi, explains.
Actually, by the end of December, we had already vaccinated over 1 million children and had hit our target of above 100% of our target. And the second dose and the third dose are the ones which are lagging behind. The second dose is around 65%.
The Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary, Dr. Dana Twine, has emphasized the importance of routine immunization, describing it as one of the most effective ways of preventing vaccine-preventable diseases.
The progress we have made from 6 killer diseases to 14 immunizable diseases, it demonstrates the power and the role immunization plays in disease prevention. What we are sure, what science has shown, that 4 doses protects children from getting severe malaria. They will get malaria, but they will not have severe disease.
Dr. Twine further revealed that the ministry is holding discussions on a strategy to eliminate malaria, while also engaging religious and cultural leaders to help scale up immunization across communities.
That's why we are now saying let's engage religious leaders so that in churches, in mosques, they remind, in Mothers Union or whatever those groups, they continue engaging and remind the people. That's why we are saying let's continue engaging the media so that the message goes out. And we are calling upon mothers who have taken their children once or twice to ensure that they take their children and complete the 4 doses.
She also acknowledged challenges in urban areas such as Kampala and Wakiso, where many parents have reportedly failed to cooperate in ensuring that their children complete the full immunization schedule.
A place like Kalangala, where access is really difficult, that you have so many islands, people have to travel to go to immunize, on the water, but they are doing well. The coverage is good, it's better than Kampala. Bulambuli and those mountainous areas are doing better than Kampala and Wakiso, where we have just house next to each other. The problem is not access at all.
In a related development, the ministry registered confirmed measles cases in over 60 districts between January and December last year. Although cases declined towards the end of the year, the ministry now says it will conduct a nationwide measles vaccination campaign in October.
For all under 5s, irrespective of their vaccination status, we shall vaccinate them. This is done usually, WHO recommends that every 3 to 4 years we do this. Uganda last did this one effectively in 2019.
The ministry has further disclosed that government has committed $8.1 million for vaccines this year, with funding projected to rise to $8.5 million in the next financial year. I'm Benjamin Jumbe, NTV.
NTV Tonight will return with the latest from the world of business. Stick around with us.
Baby change.
Mommy is sick again. We need money for the hospital.
Bambi. Chijakugwa. Chale.
Chigwera kuwendi. From your hands abroad to their hearts at home, send and receive money with Wendy in partnership with Western Union. Download the Wendy app on Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to send, receive, and pay your bills at the lowest cost.
Happy birthday to you, mommy.
Wendy Wonawoli.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for Silk Vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical-looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Now to business. Uganda's financial markets are increasingly becoming competitive on the continental stage. The latest ABSA Africa Financial Markets Index offers a clear snapshot of how reform, discipline and long-term planning are reshaping the country's investment landscape. Betty Ndagire reports.
Uganda's claim to the third place in the 2025 ABSA Financial Markets Index is a clear sign that sustainable reforms are delivering results. Rising from 4th in 2024, the country now ranks among Africa's strongest markets, backed by improved access to foreign exchange, greater stability and growing market transparency, strengthening Uganda's appeal to investors across the continent.
Turning to the continent-wide results, the 2025 AFME report once again highlights the diversity of financial market maturity across Africa. Indeed, South Africa leads with 86 points, followed by Mauritius at 76. But the standout story this year is Uganda, which has achieved its highest ever score of 66 points, ranking third overall indeed, as we have heard. This is a remarkable achievement and certainly worthy of applause. Uganda has demonstrated extraordinary consistency, remaining in the top 10 for all AFME editions and in the top 3 for the last 3 years. A reflection of ongoing reforms, commitment to transparency, and expanding market capabilities. This year's leap forward was strengthened by Uganda making the most progress in two pillars where many other African markets continue to struggle. It's Pillar 2, access to foreign exchange, and Pillar 4, pension funds. These improvements signal structural resilience and demonstrate Uganda's readiness to deepen its financial markets even further.
Reinforcing on Uganda's strong showing on the Africa Financial Markets Index, Treasury Secretary Ramadhani Govi says the priority is protecting financial integrity while unlocking long-term capital. He highlights coordinated action by the Bank of Uganda, the Financial Intelligence Authority, and security agencies to curb illicit money flows alongside reforms to grow pension savings, attract low-cost financing, and tap new sources such as green, Islamic, and diaspora funds.
Mitigate movement of bad money, because some people don't understand what this is all about, what anti-money laundering is all about. Bad money moving around. Like, for example, this season, we would have seen a number of people perhaps attempting to bring in money to do certain things, influence electorates, and so on. I want to assure you that the various institutions that are key, the Central Bank, the Financial Intelligence Authority, the Uganda Police, and other institutions have been working. And then finally, the government also fiscal policy of ensuring that we support the average Ugandans to grow more food, to sustain businesses, to ensure that they make money. And within that making money, they also give some of it to government through revenue. As the latest index by the ABSA and their partners has indicated, we are working on growing our pension fund. We want to see Ugandans saving long term, because that is the bedrock of having a stable and vibrant and sustainable financial markets. You cannot have a market where almost all the money is short term, where Ugandans are, each of us, opening a current account, and some a few savings accounts, but saving in the morning and withdrawing in the afternoon. You can't develop an economy through that. So we are trying to see how we deepen our pension markets, our pension fund. As government, you remember, we have also moved our public service to now a contributory pension fund.
The task ahead is clear: convert these reforms into deeper liquidity, broader participation, and sustained growth that secures Uganda's place among Africa's leading financial markets. With the foundation now in place, the focus shifts to execution that delivers lasting confidence and investment. Betty Ndagire, NTV Business.
Now, still with the financial markets, let's have a look at how the Ugandan shilling has performed today, and also a market snapshot from the Uganda Securities Exchange. Tonight, when we return, we have more from the world of sport.
So Muchala.
Yes, Daddy.
You know the children are going back to school and things are a bit tight. Huh? For now, why don't you take half of the fees to junior school, and for the school van contribution, we shall pay later. Huh?
Daddy, why don't we pay using MTN Momo, where we stand a chance of winning school fees for a whole year and more? By the way, you can also apply for a school fees loan, and also participating schools can win a school van.
That's right! Win school fees for a whole year and more. Get Momo goodies and a school van for participating schools. You can also apply for a school fees loan. Simply dial *165*80# or use the Momo app.
Education in Uganda is changing. Hive Collab, in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, is calling on board EdTech founders to join the MasterCard Foundation EdTech Fellowship Cohort 1. If you are a growth stage startup using technology to scale learning, this is your moment. Access expert mentorship, tailored startup support, and $70,000 grant funding. Female founders are strongly encouraged to apply. Apply now at edtech.hivecollab.com before the 5th of February 2026.
We are taking you on a roller coaster. E-Check is coming bigger and packed with more entertaining events happening here on the local scene and in the diaspora. The pompous parties, the banquets, glitz and glam, the celebrity events, who was where and for what. All the gist. E-Check, we fit your quest for social life. Catch us every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. here on NTV.
This is NTV Tonight.
In sport today, we kick off with the Uganda Premier League. KCCA Football Club defeated UPDF 4-0 at the Philip Omondi Stadium in Lugogo to register maximum points for the 9th time in this season's Uganda Premier League. The win lifts KCCA to second position on 30 points, while Army side UPDF remain in 14th with 11 points after 14 matches.
Looking for Shafiq Nana on a turn. Nana goes down. Referee says this with Bradley. Close coming in from Achai. Moment for Cassia Football Club. And that's what they have been looking in for. In the opening 10 minutes, Cassia Football Club have the lead. Rogers Mugisha, Habara Achai combining. And guess what? Sami Sebaduka closing in from the back. That was really pissed over poor defense. Touch from Nana. Now makes his way. Nana goes onto the ground. A referee will be a penalty for KCCA Football Club. And Sarun Georgie. Oh, that was much. Page 2 with a good stretch. Nice control. Sami runs forward. Looks for the cutback. A chance to score. Has displayed Owezi. Moment for Kessie to make it count and make it 4. And a moment here for Kampala Capital City Authority. And Alpha Thierry Sari will be celebrating this. That goal belongs to Alpha Bisiwe. But that wasn't enough. Credit goes to James Owezi. Bisiwe trying as much to score. Off the post. And Alpha in a very good position. And that
Also with local football, the Uganda under-20 women's national team, the Queen Cranes, have intensified their preparations ahead of their 2026 FIFA under-20 Women's World Cup qualifying tie against Zambia. Head coach Shelly Ulanda Bortes has summoned a 32-player squad currently training at the FUFA Technical Center in Njeru. The camp has been marked by high intensity, with the team expressing confidence in securing a positive result. Uganda will host the first leg on the 7th of February at FUFA Stadium game Kadiba before travelling to Zambia for the return fixture scheduled for 14th February. The winner on aggregate will progress to the next round of the qualifiers.
We are done for our first session of the training today, and it is the second day in the camp. Our coaches are doing their very best to make us better so that they can beat Zambia. And so far as the players are around, we are ready enough, and everyone is in the good shape to play and ready for the game.
And so far we are done with our morning session, and this is our second day in camp. Our coaches are doing their best to make us better and to also put right all the mistakes that were in the Namibian game. Yeah, we are looking forward to winning the Zambia game.
Now, despite suffering a 3-2 defeat to Manchester United on Sunday, Arsenal fans remain confident that their club can still finish as Premier League champions this season, insisting that the title race is still within their control. The sentiments were expressed by fans that attended the Guinness Matchday experience, which was hosted by Guinness at Supremacy Lounge in Nankolabye. Manchester United's victory trimmed Arsenal's lead at the top of the table, leaving the Gunners just 4 points clear of second-placed Manchester City and keeping the title race family alive.
We have our Guinness Match Day on Tour program where we have a track going to so many regions within the country. In December, we were in Ginger and we took such an amazing experience. We brought artists, we brought DJs, we brought music, and we are going to take that around the entire country in Mbale in February. We are going to be in Mukono. We are going to be in Nansana, we are going to be in Kasangati. So if you're not yet here at Supremacy, come through. If you can't make it to Supremacy, there are so many other 60 bars out there within Kampala and across the country where Guinness is bringing this same experience that we're having today.
Well, away from that, Uganda will be represented by a team of 10 players at this year's edition of the All Africa Senior Badminton Championships starting February 8th to the 15th in Botswana. The team, consisting of male and female players, has entered residential camp as they undergo daily training at the CFK Badminton Academy. We have details.
We need to have a good representation. Of course, our teams should represent Uganda effectively. We wish to have our team on the podium where we expect to have some medals. And of course, lastly is qualifying for the Thomas Uber Cup finals that are going to take place in April in Denmark. Residentials are to make sure that you have the players in one area for bonding, fast bonding, and of course, making sure that they are away from other activities, because outside you can't control them. They can go and do anything they want, but when they're in residential, you know they're under you and you can keep them and you can monitor them. So you cut out your training without any interruption. If they're out, they may come anytime they want. But if they're in residential, you know the time you take them as per your program. So that's why we prefer the residential. We are training from CFK Academy. We are not in Lugogo, because what happened is that Lugogo, as you know, is a field for all federations. So it is not easy to have Lugogo full time. So we try to go to CFK where it is convenient for us so that we can have our training without any interruption.
Well, that does it for the bulletin tonight. Thank you very much for being part of us this evening. We shall return tomorrow, the same tag team, Myself, Joram Paul Sonko, Maureen Nambalira on sign language to bring you news, information, and more of what you expect from us. But stick around to NTV. Coming up is NTV Men. For more details in regards to news, both local and international, follow NTV on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and X, and the website www.ntv.co.ug/news. Have yourselves a blessed evening and a good night.